Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sketchdom. My name's Jason Sketch, and I'm super stoked to bring you guys some more Marvel Champions content. Today we're going to be jumping into a deck I call Cap with Wings. Should be super fun and exciting. Let's head on down to the table to check it out. Welcome down to the table. As you can tell, this is another thematic deck based off of Captain America Brave New World. In the description below, you should be able to find my Red Hulk deck as well if you want to check that one out. If you like these types of builds, I would appreciate it if you guys could leave me a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe to the channel. Let's jump into the build. So first and foremost, this is a Captain America deck. What we want to try to do is try to get Sam Wilson on the table at some point just for funsies. I think that's the beauty and the point of behind of it is going to be trying to get that to happen. I've got lots of aerial characters though to kind of give that theme behind this idea of Captain America with wings. That is what Sam Wilson is. So we do have Falcon or Sam Wilson in the deck as well. He's going to come in, he's going to represent the aerial trait. He's also going to take care of potential threat for us as when he pops onto the table. With this deck, I have brought in some other aerial characters that I thought would be a lot of fun to play along with this idea of him being in the air. So we've got Captain Marvel, who was going to come in and he's going to take care of lots of damage. Sunspot, who does some really cool stuff as well. Angel, who's just there really because he's got that aerial trait. Cannonball, who if we can get him on the table, can bounce off of the other aerial characters that are there. And then finally I brought Stinger along too. Even though she doesn't have the aerial trait, I thought she's got wings. She should have the aerial trait. It's not fair that she doesn't. But even then, just the fact that she can come onto the table and not really impact my ally limit is huge. And she costs 1, so it's worth having in almost any Avenger leadership build. Now, with Falcon also working with the soldiers pretty closely, working with military pretty closely, I've added in some shield allies as well. So we've got Maria Hill, who's going to hopefully come in and bring us in some cards, as well as Nick Fury, who can really just be a benefit in lots of different ways. Those are all the allies in our deck. Now, our goal, like we may already be able to tell, is to try to get as many allies out on the table as possible, and then beef them up and try to keep them alive as long as possible. So I've got Inspired to kind of give them a +1 attack and +1 thwart if needed. I've got Power Gloves, with the opportunity of just doing extra ping damage around, which is really huge. We got the Reinforced Suit as well, 2 copies of that to give just a boost in health. We've also got some Soaring Acrobatics. I like the idea that it just gives +1 to whatever stat I want to use it for, and it can boost up any aerial character that I have. I thought that's going to be a huge help to the aerial characters I have in play. Another way to boost them up is to allow for readying. So I brought in 3 flying formations. I would love to see 3 aerial characters on the table and then being able to play flying formation and just ready up all 3 of those aerial characters. Be able to locate these allies in the deck, I brought a couple ways to do that. First and foremost, we have Suit Up to be able to find them and hopefully be able to attach one of these cool attachments to them. We've got Call for Backup. Is another great way to be looking for any allies and just get them into play. Then, of course, if they're in the discard pile and we're trying to get them back onto the table, we've got Make the Call and Rapid Response. Knowing that Captain America is a soldier, I did bring with me the new upgrade that I've been trying to test out. I thought it'd be fun to test out, which would be Mission Leader, which gives me the opportunity to try this card out. And really, at the end of the day, Mission Leader is an opportunity to hopefully draw some more cards and get more of our allies onto the table. Now, this deck is not short of any resource generators. We've got the Helicarrier. We've got the 2 that are in Captain America's set as well as Super Soldier Serum. We brought along with us the doubles. Try to keep things moving. We've also got 3 Powers of Flight to kind of help keep that moving as well. And finally, we've got 2 Powers of Leadership. Real crucial to keep things moving and getting all of our cards on the table as fast as possible. Resources are a big benefit to this game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. and let's jump on down to the gameplay. All right, everything is set up and ready to go. I got everything on the table. We've got our deck shuffled. We got the counter deck shuffled. We've got our threat on the table. We've got the support out and the Badoon ship. Now, you guys might be looking at this and going, why is he fighting the Badoon? Well, obviously, with, our new Captain America dealing with the big three, which are going to be robots, aliens, and wizards, I thought I would pick one of the big three to fight. So here we are with an alien. Perfect. We are out in space. We're dealing with all this cool stuff. I'm going to be using Steve Rogers, and we're going to check things out from there. So, all right, let's get our ready counters on both the ship and Steve and draw into our hand, which is a hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Not a bad place to start. Especially having Captain Marvel in our hand. We'll hold on to Captain Marvel because that's an aerial character. We will probably drop flying formation. Hold on to make the call. It tells me to hold on to Sunspot, and we're going to discard the other 3 for now. Heroic Strike, Mission Leader, nice, and Super Soldier Serum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We're then going to search our deck and discard pile for the Captain America Shield upgrade and add it to our hand. And shuffle our deck. So we can find that shield. The important part of being Captain America is having our shield. So we need to make sure that is there as well. Kind of excited for this. I think it's going to make for a very interesting build in total. It just gives us some unique aspects of the game that we have not thought about before. So there is Captain America's shield. That is a 1 cost upgrade to get that sucker into play. Okay. But we do gain Retaliate 1 and +1 defense, which is kind of nice. We kind of want to add some of that benefit there in the long term. So that is a beautiful thing. I'm not used to playing 50-card decks. I actually prefer 40-card decks. So having a deck this size is going to be huge. And I really hope that we are going to get a chance to get Falcon into play. I want to see Sam in this gameplay. I think it would make things just more exciting and fun. So. All right. She costs us 5, which really goes down to 4. If I can get 3 resources for her, that'd be great. These are also some huge cards I want to get into play too. Okay. Can I get 3 resources dedicated to her? Alright, we're going to spend Heroic Strike and Sunspot to get Super Soldier Serum onto the table. I think that's going to be super crucial for us to have. We want to have as many resources as possible. I don't think we're going to be able to get get Captain Marvel on the table as I'd like. So instead, we'll use Make the Call and Heroic Strike to get that Super Soldier Serum onto the table. We will use Super Soldier Serum, get Cap's shield onto the table, Kind of hate that it costs 1, but it makes sense. And then we'll use the Milano and Sunspot, or Marvel. Got the Marvel to play Sunspot. Hold on to Mission Leader for now. After you play Sunspot from your hand, choose a player. Deal 1 damage to the villain for each minion, and each minion engaged with that chosen player for each lightning resource used to pay for Sunspot. So I used 1 wild resource that I can make a lightning, and I used also a lightning resource from Captain Marvel to get Sunspot into play. He's going to do 2 damage to Drang, getting us down to 11. All right, we're going to hold on to Mission Team Leader because I think that's going to be fun to have. We've exhausted Sunspot. No, we have not exhausted Sunspot yet. He just came in and did some fun stuff. Fantastic. Let's flip up to hero form. And Cap is going to go ahead and thwart the main scheme. Keep that at bay. We will discard 1 card from our hand, and we can ready Cap and do some more damage. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I also hold on to Mission Leader because I feel like that will just be a fun one to have available to us. So we're hold on to Mission Leader for now. Sunspot will, since we're using aerial characters to make an attack, he's going to come in, he's going to make another 2 damage to Mr. Drang. Kind of a neat way for Sunspot to be used. I kind of like the way he functions. So, all right, we will hold on to our hand here. We're going to drop to our hand size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, there's Falcon. Awesome. So that is our trigger. We want to make sure we get Falcon onto the table next turn. Sweet. This goes up by 2. Oh, everybody readies. This goes up by 2. Drang is going to go in for an attack. Cap will defend for 3. Drang swings for 2. There's a boost after this activation resolves. Placement pursuit cannot pursue by the past. So the pursue by the past is kicking off. He takes a point of retaliate damage from Cap. I took no damage. Fantastic. All right. Next, we get an encounter card. Drang is going to give us our encounter card. It is a Badoon Warlord. Badoon Warlord attacks gain overkill. All right, and he attacks for 3. Nothing fancy there, so we've got a minion we got to take care of. All right, it is our turn. So we will really like to get the Queen Carrier onto the table as well. Let's see, can I make all the things I want to do happen? I can. Okay. So we're going to spend the Milano Super Soldier Serum and the Mission Leader to get the Queen Carrier onto the table. Add another resource available for us to use. We actually do this without flipping down as well. We're going to spend the Leadership, Power of Leadership, Angel, and the Queen Carrier to get Falcon onto the table. All right, which is what we wanted to do. We wanted to get Falcon there to kind of show up for that aerial benefit there. So we have no more ready tokens. So we'll just have to exhaust them as we go. Or we can steal the one from Sunspot here in a moment. Mr. Falcon is super excited. After our Falcon enters play, look at the top 3 cards in the encounter deck. For each treachery looked at this way, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Okay. We're going to look at the top 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, 2 minions and an attachment. It says look, right? So no threat is removed from the scheme, but he's still able to come into play and still be helpful. Fantastic. What is our next course of action here? Well, I think Sunspot and Falcon both have options of things they can do. We're going to have Falcon is going to take care of some thwart for us. So we'll have Sunspot go ahead and attack and take that 1 point of consequential damage and do 2 points of damage here to Mr. Drang. Falcon will move up here. He's going to pop for a thwart. Take out one threat there. I'd like to keep Falcon alive as long as possible, but we'll just see what happens. So let's ready everything back up. And we're going to draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we've got Cap's helmet, energy, soaring acrobatics, and a call for backup. So the nice thing is we can use soaring acrobatics for some benefits for our aerial characters, which is going to be a lot of fun as well. So, and then we'll be able to get Cap's helmet into play, which will be nice because he'll come back to life at 1 instead, which will be great. Then we have a call for backup. So we've got a lot of cool options coming up here. A lot of great ways to make all this stuff happen. The threat goes up by 2. Drang is going to attack for 2+. We will have Cap defend for 3. Going to swing for 2, 3, so I take no damage, and then boost. If this activation is a scheme, this card gets +2 boost icons. All right, so it's not a scheme, it's an attack. So, as you can see, we're not having to worry about it too much. We defended for 3, we took no damage, but he takes a point of retaliate damage. Gets him down to 5. We get an encounter card. I believe is that attachment we saw earlier. Drang Spear attached to Drang. Drang gains Stalwart. Great. And he gets +1 attack. So that's not terrible. We'll slide all this over. Oh, and we also get attacked by the Badoon Warrior that I completely forgot about. So, no big deal. We can handle that. We will take... Cap will just go ahead and take 3 points of damage. And we'll handle that minion here in a minute. Okay. Awesome. Good stuff. Let's move on to our turn here. We're going to spend the energy to go ahead and get Soaring Acrobatics onto the field. That'll benefit Falcon there. We will spend... I love having Call for Backup as an available option, but I don't think that's going to be the card that we want to use. So we're going to spend the Soaring Acrobatics for now to get Cap's helmet onto the table. We might as well. Excuse me. We will then spend the Helicarrier here to get Call for Backup onto the table as well. So finding a room is going to be interesting, but we'll put it right there for now. This should be it too. I've been missing the side scheme, the scheme thing there, and then first player action, exhaust the Milano or remove 3 threat from the scheme. Okay, cool. So I can use that as well. Those are some things I shouldn't read, but it's okay. We are back. The Badoon ship's at 2. We only had the villain phase twice, and that's after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. So now that is clear, if you guys were watching before, like, hey, said it in the comments below, I caught back up. So there's 3 threat on Call for Backup. So this gives us an opportunity to be able to get a chance to get some more folks into helping us out. In fact, the ally into play. Interesting. I might be interested in bringing in Marvel. Okay. It's actually super exciting. That is an option. We will go ahead and have Falcon thwart using soaring acrobatics as well. So he gets a thwart for 3. He'll go ahead and clear that call for backup off. It actually goes into the victory display. So we'll take it off of the map there. I just want to see what other allies I've got, just in case I would rather have Captain Marvel in play. So. I think Captain Marvel is going to be our best bet for an ally. Looks like that's going to be the case. Go ahead and get Captain Marvel onto the table. Perfect. Get a little more room here. Captain Marvel is on the table. It has a lot of setup, plus that ship doesn't help at all. We're going to go ahead and move the Queen Carrier up here to the Super Soldier Serum, so out of the way. I just need to be more conscious of that. So really, now we won't do that. Thank you guys for bearing with me. But we'll put Cap's helmet and Cap's shield here together. So get more room for Captain Marvel to get onto the screen. When Captain Marvel enters play, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. If you discarded a printed lightning resource, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If you discarded more than 1 printed lightning resource, stun that enemy. So discard 4 cards. 1, it's a fist. 2, double fist. 3, mental. 4, alright, so no lightning. Not a problem. We will still have Captain Marvel do some fun shenanigans here. And she will swing for 3 against the Warlord, because we don't want this Warlord to survive. So he's got 3 points of damage on him. Actually, he attacked Cap last turn, so if you remember, I have Retaliate 1, so he is dead. Perfect. Okay. Go back and check things out, but I'm sorry, I'm remembering things as I go, so I appreciate you guys and your patience. Right. That has exhausted Captain Marvel. She has 2 on her, so she can only make a more big attack. No big deal. Let's ready everything else back up. And we will draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very cool. We got an Inspired, we got a Power of Flight, we got a Genius, we got Stinger, and we got a Heroic Strike. So we've got plenty of things to do. I don't have to worry about too much. We'll ready these cards up as well. And we will go from there. So this goes up to 4. Yeah, I'll be able to take care of that here soon. Drang's going to go for an attack. Cap will defend for 3. Swing for 2. Was a boost. Put the Badoon Grunt into play. Engage with you. Alright. After Badoon Grunt engages you, if I took no damage, he takes a point of Retaliate. After Badoon Grunt engages you, if there's no other minions engaged with you, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Okay, so we got an extra face down encounter card. So now we have 2 encounter cards we get to deal with. Nope. Badoon makes an attack because we're still in the minion phase. So, he's just going to tip me for 2. And this grunt will also take a point of damage. Now we get our other encounter card. First one. Drawing near. Oh, freaking fun. Okay. So we will place this above cap here. Put the drawing near there for now. Alright, so we're going to have to flip down this next turn, which is okay. I think we can handle that. That's not a big deal. And then Dark Designs. Place 1 pursuit counter pursued by the past. Then if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. Fantastic. We're at 2. The villain is going to scheme. This should be at 3 because of the villain phase already. After schemes, resolve the Badoon's ship charge up ability. Alright. We're going to have to go down anyways, probably to heal. So, there's that. Alright, so Drang is going to scheme for 1 plus a boost. Resolve the Badoon's ship charge up ability. Alright, so first off, this goes up to 5. This goes up to 4. 2 indirect damage. I could spread that around. I think taking 2 is not a big deal. We will then place 1 more after scheming is done. So the Badoon ship is now back down to 1. That is kind of annoying, but part of the deal. Okay. This is honestly probably my first time facing Drang as well, so thank you guys for bearing with me on that, and probably laughing at me as I'm figuring some stuff out, but alright. That is everything on the villain's turn, though, so we're back to my turn. First things first, with response, after your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck, place a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past for each printed resource. That's Maria Hill. We're at 3 for Pursued by the Past. Okay. What do we want to do here? Hold on to Stinger, because Stinger can go down for free, and that'll be fun to have Stinger there. Oh, she won't be able to. She has to be played in this area. But she still costs me 1 and does not account against my ally limit. So we will spend our Super Soldier Serum to get Stinger into play. Stun the enemy. Let's make that happen. We are going to have the Soaring Acrobatics activate on Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel will attack for 4 against Drang. 1, 2, 3, 4. That does take Captain Marvel out. Drang. After Drang, Drang goes down. He goes to number 2. And he's at 14. If Drang spears in play, give Drang 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Drang's spear. Reveal it and shuffle the encounter deck. After Drang schemes, resolve the Badoon's ship charge ability. Okay. He swung for 3 against me last turn. Doesn't matter. I still was able to defend well. Drang is going to give himself a boost card, though. So this is a boost for his next attack. So we'll put that there for him to remember that. But he's only at 14 health right now. Let's go ahead and spend the Queen Carrier to get inspired onto Stinger to make her a 2/2. I think we're going to then have Cap attack. So we'll spend the Milano, Genius, and Heroic Strike. We're going to not spend the Milano, actually. I forgot that we have this fun ability up here. So we're going to spend the Power of Flight and the Genius to get Heroic Strike down onto the table. We're going to do 6 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, oh, well, I wanted to use a fist resource, so I will hold on to the Power of Flight and spend this as a fist resource to stun Drang as well. So he is stunned. That feels better. Hold on to the Power of Flight here. I don't want to backtrack and try to figure all that out. I bet I could have made it work where I could have exhausted Milano. It's not a big deal, though. So, we will have Stinger. Oh, we'll have Falcon. He's going to thwart for 2. Get this down to 3. Thank you for your service. Stinger then will also either she can thwart or she can attack. She is inspired. There's a Badoon Grunt, which is going to die to retaliate soon. He's going to be able to scheme this next turn, though. Drang is stung, though. So we actually probably won't flip down. Then against the Badoon Grunt's attack and kill him with retaliate. So we will have Stinger actually attack for 2 against Drang, getting him down to 6. Get that all squared away there. Hold on to the Power of Flight. Oh man, I don't even have a card, just an identity card to discard to get rid of all that. Does he become a big problem? He's got quick strike, so he would come in and attack right away when he shows up. But I've got the helmet, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's stick with what we've got here. We'll stay up. Put everything else back up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can actually put on the reinforced suit onto Stinger. That's kind of fun. Kind of interested in the shield block here. When you would take any amount of damage, exhaust Captain America's shield, prevent all that damage. Okay. Great. This goes up to 5. This goes up to 2. Drang is stunned, so yeah, he's got stalwart, so he's not stunned. Fun. Okay. This is going to be fine. So, Cap will defend for 2, 3. Drang is swinging for 4. Big boost here. 5. And pursuit by the past. Okay. Cool. defended for 3. He takes a point of retaliate. Now I take 2, and another 2. Yeah, so he's going to take 3. He's going to take a point of retaliate. I defended for 3. He swung for 5. I will take 2 points of damage. Baron Zemo is going to come into play with his side scheme. Ooh. Okay, and Baron Zemo as well. So get the deck shuffled up. See what happens here. On Baron Zemo's going to be able to attack again, isn't he? Oh, man. Okay. We're going to have to defend with Stinger at some point, I bet. All right. So, in player order, discards the top card of the encounter deck and takes 1 damage for each boost icon. 1. Okay, I take 1 point of damage. Nice. Okay. That works out. Baron Zemo does his quick strike. So I discard my helmet. My hero dial goes down to 1. He still takes a point of retaliate damage, though. We will play the shield block. Against the Badoon Grunt, who will still take the retaliate damage and die. Play everything a little close to the chest, but we can make this happen. But Baron Zemo is going to come in for an attack. We will have Stinger defend. Still sitting at 1 health point here. Move Baron Zemo a little clearer over here. Okay. We have 5 health points left on the main bad guy. I have 1 health point left. He's still got an encounter card to give me. So let's get our encounter card, and we hope that we survive. Alright, we get a Badoon Sentry, who has Retaliate 1. Okay. My turn. We're going to discard... Nope. This happens first. This goes here. Okay. We're going to deal with this here soon. We're going to discard the Inspired. The Ready Cap. Nothing I can really do up here. We'll exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from here. This has 3 threat on it. And an acceleration token. Yeah. Cap is going to flip down. How many cards we can spend. We'll discard this to get rid of Drawing Near. We're going to recover for 3. Get us up to 4. We have Power of Flight and Reinforced Suit in our hand. We will draw to our hand size. I think that's everything I can do on my turn. Still made it. We're okay. The shield toss I did earlier. No, because it would have told me to get rid of the shield if it was. It was some sort of special punch. Yeah, heroic strike. Okay. Before I flip down, is that the only mental I had? Yeah, okay. So I can't get rid of his thing just yet. I was never mind on that. Unless I decide not to spend the Milano for the exhaustion, for the... I want to play it safe. We'll just do it this way for now. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. You might be alright. Ready everything else back up. Big villain turn last turn, but that's alright. This goes up to 3 at the start of the villain phase. This goes up to 5. Well, he's gonna throw it out here, but that's okay. Drang is going to scheme for 2 plus a boost. Gonna scheme for 3, which gets us up to 8. So we're essentially going to end up with 1 back on the Badoon ship here. And we got to take 2 indirect damage. This starts off at 4. And then this goes up to 6. Because of Baron Zemo and the Sentry. Which response, after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. First player action, exhaust Milano. Choose to either remove 3 threat from here or do 3 damage to a minion. Okay, cool. So I can do some extra damage around with the ship. That's kind of neat. Alright, can we get 5 points of damage done onto Drang this next turn? I think so. We would win the game. So. Yeah. Hands down, totally possible. We're going to recover. Oh, we didn't get our encounter card yet. Hold on. So our encounter card is a Badoon Grunt. After Badoon Grunt engages you, if there's no other minions engaged with you, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Alright, cool. Well, there are other minions engaged with me, so that's good news. Now we're going to exhaust to recover for 3. Gets up to 5. We'll spend 3 to get Nick Fury onto the field. One, 2, 3. After Nick Fury enters play, choose 1. Remove 2 threat from the scheme. Draw 3 cards or deal 4 damage to an enemy. We're going to deal 4 damage to Drang. Get him down to 1. And then we will have Nick Fury just go ahead and attack and finish off Drang. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen. This was a lot of fun. I really didn't get a chance to do... There's one flight card I really wanted to try out. Flying Formation. Alliance, but I didn't even have a chance to really get to play that because I didn't have very many flying characters onto the field. But I thought overall it was a lot of fun. I feel like there's a little tweaking that can be worked left to kind of make the thematic deck work, but having Shield together in there with Flight, I think makes a perfect pairing. Ariel and that to kind of represent Sam Wilson's Captain America. Of course, having Captain America on the field made a huge deal as well. I liked getting to play the different types of pieces in this game. It did make it a little nerve-wracking at the end, but overall we were able to survive. that last villain, big villain turn was pretty wild. The one where Baron Zemo came out. Would I play this deck again? I'm not sure. Thematically, it felt kind of fun getting to play aerial characters, and I'm glad to see that we got to see Sam Wilson in the game. Getting to use Captain America and getting to use aerial cards, I think, made a blast as well. So, thank you guys for hanging out. As I mentioned earlier, if you wouldn't mind leaving me a like or a comment, that would be a huge help. And next time, I'll be deadly serious next time. Peace.